Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show. Special guest today is Toby Manzanares, head volleyball coach at Rio Rancho. And Toby, it's been a while, but it's good to see you.
Hey, Steve. Glad to be here. Thanks for having me on.
Well, I tell you, what a big day today is. I mean, in the volleyball world, I mean, especially a great rivalry between Cleveland and Rio Rancho, but it's for first place tonight in the district.
Yeah, I think our kids are really excited about the match tonight. I'm sure the Cleveland high school team is excited as well, since it'll be on their home court. We tend to both bring a real energetic crowd, regardless of the site that we play on. So, yeah, ought to be a lot of fun.
Let's talk about that crowd a little bit. I mean, I haven't made it to a game, so I'm not going to deny that. But I watched the games, and I look at it'd be the visitor side, I guess you could say. But you have a great attendance. The volleyball is you personally have to be proud to see the evolution of how many people are involved with volleyball now.
Oh, absolutely. I think our activities director, Chris Salas, does a great job of getting our student body involved, and I know they do the same at Cleveland High School. There's never a lack for a fan base, especially when these two teams are playing, and it just adds an excitement and a whole nother dynamic to the match, regardless of when and where it's being played. Yeah, for sure.
Hey, we'll get back to the game a little bit, but right now, where's your team at right now, mentally and everything? I mean, you think about it. There's like 2 weeks left, or 1 week left, and it's state championship time, and that's usually when every team wants to peak. So, are you healthy? Everything good? Going positive right now?
Yeah, I think we're in a good spot. We're healthy, and I think we can continue to improve over the next couple of weeks prior to the state tournament. Obviously November is when all teams want to peak and play their best volleyball. And I think three things have to happen at that point in time. One, you got to be playing well. Secondly, you've got to be injury free. And I think the third thing is you've got to be a little bit lucky here and there. These matches in the month of November are really decided by separations of points. So a mini run here, a mini run there, a lucky a tape serve that might fall, or a ball that hits the line when you need it to, or in an inopportune time, if you will, can be the difference between wins and losses. I think November's been, traditionally a good time for Rio Rancho High School volleyball, and we hope and expect that November will be great to us again.
Well, you say that word luck, and I think we all know you kind of make that luck. If you have that team or that magical year, it just seems like luck. It can work the other way too. You can not get those calls and get those things, but it just seems like over the years you've had a good side of good luck, and hopefully that continues.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I've been blessed with a great career, and at the end of the day, I'm not playing those matches, and I'm not playing in any rotation, Steve. So, it's a credit to these kids, and it's a credit to, the time and the effort and the dedications that they put into our gym and into our training. So when they're not with me, they're playing off-season volleyball. So they're putting themselves in a position to be successful. And we as coaches are, kind of the chess masters, if you will. We kind of put them in the best possible places that we feel they can be successful. And we hope that our team dynamic and our team unity and our team trust is to a point when November rolls around that those things can happen for us in a positive way.
Well, I think you're being a little bit modest. I think your work ethic over the years and what you've done for the volleyball culture I've been so impressed with you and the way you've handled things and done things over the years. It's great to see you keep continuing and keep helping kids reach their dreams.
Well, yeah, I appreciate that, and it is a grind. Ask my wife. I mean, I'm very blessed to have somebody that's as fully committed to the time it takes to not only build but to sustain a high school volleyball program. And And it is a family affair. As a matter of fact, I left the house this morning, and the last thing she told me before I left was, "Hey, I'll see you at the gym tonight." So I look forward to having my wife Carol and my children and my extended family at the gym. Cheering on the Rams whenever we play, and it is a grind, and it is a labor of love, to tell you the truth. And over 35 years plus. It's been my pleasure and my honor to serve the kids that have come into our gymnasium.
Well, I tell you, pro views enjoyed you and watched your energy, and I don't go out as much as I used to. I'm getting a little bit older and showing my age a little bit, but I do watch it on Comcast Channel 26 and watch the matches when y'all are on Comcast Channel 26. But it's also so fun and enjoyable to see the energy and the you get hooked. I've told you this before. You got me hooked on volleyball. I mean, I wouldn't watch it. 20 years ago, I wouldn't. You probably wouldn't got me to watch a girls volleyball match. Now, I keep up with all the stats, all the things. My guys, they come in and talk to me about who's the best teams and who the things are, and it's just it's great to see what you've accomplished and what you're doing for the Rio Rancho and also the community of Rio Rancho and the state of New Mexico.
Well, yeah, I appreciate that as well. And let me tell you, I mean, there are a lot of quality coaches out there that, are getting some really, really dynamic athletes into their gym, with the advent of club volleyball and the progression of our sport in general. It's now, according to the, NFHS and, backed by the American Volleyball Coaches Association, the largest participant sport in the country right now, and that says a lot about the commitment of those kids and the parents that provide that opportunity for their kids to join and to get to love a sport that they're really interested in and be successful in. So I mean, there are just a ton of really good volleyball players in our state, and it's getting tougher and tougher to prepare for the dynamic athleticism that a lot of teams bring to their gyms or bring into our gyms on a nightly basis. So the grind is there, and the preparation has to be nonstop, not only by us as coaches, but by our kids as well.
I'll tell you what, we're going to go to the Dream Style Top 10 Plays of the Week and come back and talk more about Rio Rancho volleyball.
Sounds good.
In Lujan. Vikings, one more chance. It is over. Marissa Sanchez on the play. That is.
Torres with a lot of room. Torres with a stiff arm as he crosses the.
Our serve. Les was the one who got it, and she feeds Kozlowski.
3-0. Tipman, Hatch pushing it over and the side out. Emma Mori Thorson was there. She takes it side out.
He's got some time. He's going to throw it down the sideline. It's intercepted. So there's the pick part. Now let's see if they can make a tackle.
Good kick.
Yeah, we were wanting some lateral.
Aaron Nelson. She's got it again. That's twice already.
Good hold, and it is blocked. The kick is blocked, and Bell will fall.
Vance. Meyer back to Vance. Ooh, perfect placement and power. CC Vance goes cross court
Torres, a lot of room to the right side. Torres is off to the races. 3 Bulldogs are not going to catch. Lower leg injury there, apparently, at that one. Sierman's going to unload up the middle. He's got his man open. He makes the catch, and it could be a touchdown to end the half for Los Lunas. It's Mr. Reliable, Fabian Trujillo, on an 91-yard touchdown pass from Paul.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sports shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
Welcome back, Steve Davis Show. Toby Manzanares, head volleyball coach at Rio Rancho. Big game tonight, Cleveland. We're going to save that for the end of this show a little bit, but your district over the years, is one of the top districts in the state.
Yeah, I mean, every year we've got to face Cleveland twice, Cibola twice, Volcano Vista twice. They've got some nice athletes in the gym, and they've got some really good volleyball players in the gym as well. So once again, trying to prepare to defend, against those dynamic athletes is the biggest challenge, as well as trying to get our team prepared, to compete, on a nightly basis. You surely can't take a night off in our gym in preparation for those teams, and you surely can't take a night off in our district when you're playing the quality type of teams and the caliber of teams that our district presents every week.
Well, it does prepare you for the state tournament, though. I mean, because almost like you said, every night that basically you're playing for district, every team is playing for a district championship or a place in the state tournament, and most years you usually get 4 teams in the state tournament, and you have to find them and play them later in the state tournament, and that's hard if you dominated early to beat a team 3 or 4 times a year.
That is correct. I mean, we're going to see these teams multiple times, be it at the APS Metro Championships, where we potentially can see a district tournament. Or a district team, I should say, in the playoffs in that tournament, or in my tournament, Rio Rancho High School Volley Bash. We can find and see either Cleveland or Cibola, which is now an entry in our tournament, as well as La Cueva in a bracketed match. Or again, when you get to the state tournament, you could definitely see them in a bracketed match, especially with our format as it is right now, with a modified double elimination. So I think what we're trying to do in our district is we're trying to find a top 4 seed in the state tournament, and that gets you into the quarterfinals, and keeps you from having to play a play-in match as an 5 through 12 seed. But regardless, it looks like we're going to find a district team somewhere along the way.
Well, let's talk about the state right now. I mean, right now, I believe Cleveland and La Cueva 1 or 2 is the polls that are out right now, and La Cueva's been the team probably in the last 2 or 3 years. It seems like they're right there every year. And how do you I guess compete with La Cueva, and how you feel about going against La Cueva?
Well, I think you got to serve them really tough. They've got some great pin hitters, big middles. They're big and physical. They're unbeaten right now. Probably 19-0, maybe 20-0 with 3 matches left to go. They've survived a couple of scares. but they are athletic, and they've got great setter, great ball control, great pin attackers. So, I mean, you've got to really identify who's going to, get the ball, and you've got to, get the biggest block you probably and most likely can go with, and then you've got to defend. I mean, you just can't let balls hit the floor. So they're consensus number one in our weekly poll. And until somebody beats them, they'll continue to be number one. According to Max Preps, Cleveland is number two at 15-5. They're always competing at a high level, and Charity Gomez does a great job of preparing those kids to compete, at a high level and be very good at what they do. Las Cruces High is number three according to Max Preps, with Centennial out of Las Cruces is number four. We lost to both of those teams earlier in our season, as well as Cleveland. We lost to Cleveland in 4 a couple of weeks ago, and it was competitive. And again, we talked about those points going one way or the other. We lost set one, 24-26, and I thought, if we could have, snuck that one away, then things could have been a little bit different. We win number two, and then we lose 3 and 4. We lost to Las Cruces High in 4 at Volley Bash, and again, those were highly contested matches as well. We lost to Centennial in 5 sets at Volley Bash, and that was just a hell of a match, to tell you the truth. They've got Tess Fuqua, who's a Division I athlete that's going to go to the University of Arizona, and she's a 6-foot outside hitter, and she hits through the block, over the block, around the block, and she has great command of where she wants to put the ball. So 15-9, I believe, was set 5 score, and once again, points here, points there, kind of separate us. We have a split with Cibola. They beat us 3-0 at the APS Metro Championships for 3rd place. And then we beat them in 5 here last week. So there's just a ton of parity in Class 5A, and this kind of sets up the 5A state championships to be a really close, competitive, and exciting one at that.
Well, I tell you what, it's always exciting, especially this time of year. And you got a big game tonight, and tell me. I tell you what, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back and talk about this game tonight and what the consequences, if you win or lose, what happens with where you would go in the rankings.
Okay.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Here at Clark's Pets, we understand your pets. We take meticulous time to find out more about them. Dig deep into their world to understand their needs. We do research for knowledge of each pet, so you can trust Clark's Pets to provide you the best products and service for your pets, because we work hard to understand all of their needs. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
Hey, welcome back to Steve Davis Show. Again, our special guest today is Toby Manzanares, Rio Rancho High School volleyball coach. And I tell you, big game tonight, and we keep talking about this, walk me through, if you win tonight, where that puts you in district, and then what you got to do to finish the district. And then also, if you lose tonight, where does that put you in just walk me through the whole format, win or lose.
Well, right now, one, yes, it's a big match. We're at Cleveland High School at 6:30 tonight. Once again, we appreciate ProView Networks for, getting out there and really making us feel important, if you will. It allows our families, our extended families that are unable to get to the gym to be able to watch us play. And Steve, appreciate you and appreciate your product. I mean, you guys just continue to, step up to the plate all the time. So thanks a lot. We really appreciate you, and I speak for a lot of people. So, I just wanted to throw that out there. Our match tonight against Cleveland High School, we have one loss. They have one loss. So, the winner of this, goes to the lead and of the district. Cibolo has two losses. A loss to Cleveland would give them a second loss since they lost to Cleveland earlier in the season. And then what I would have remaining would be Volcano Vista next Tuesday, and then and that would be at home. And then I would travel back to Cibolo High School, to try to steal one on their home floor. So this is definitely not over by any stretch of the imagination, but it sure just adds a lot of mystery and a lot of dynamic to District 1-5A.
Well, touch on if you win your district. You kind of touched on it earlier, but do it again. As far as if you win your district, what's the advantage of not winning your district?
Well, I think if you win the district, you're probably a top 4 seed in the 5A state championships. They got a bye to the quarterfinals, and our format of the state tournament is a modified double elimination. So you can lose in the first round. So seeds 5 through 12 would play off on a Thursday, and that loser would continue on to the challenger side on the other side of the bracket to make their way back to a semifinal. If you're a 1 through 4 seed, then you don't have to play that first match. You're in the quarterfinals, and then you would play the survivor of that first round set of matchups. Once you get to the semifinals, then it becomes a single elimination tournament. So we like having at least 2 best of 5 matches in our state tournament. It allows those teams that maybe are slow starters to pick up some steam, or if they have a hiccup, regroup and then get right back into some competitive tournament matches. But it also rewards those top 4 seeds for their body of work over the course of the year.
And I think another advantage you have is that you get to stay at home. Okay, so basically the matches are at Rio Rancho Event Center, and also I believe at Rio Rancho and Cleveland on the quarterfinals. And then even if you are in the quarterfinals, at least you're at you could say you're still at home and you get to sleep in your own beds.
Yeah, that's correct. It's nice to play at the event center. I think it's a really nice venue, and it's a big enough venue that allows for a lot of participation. I know that Rio Rancho and Cleveland High School will be hosting the 2A state tournament matches on Thursday and Friday before they get to the event center. That brings an excitement for that classification as well, just because they get to come and play in two really big and nice facilities. We want them to feel as special as they possibly can, because this is a state tournament, that they've qualified for, and we want to make sure that our facilities are prepared and ready to make this a great experience for those kids, coaches, and fans alike. But yeah, you're right. Our kids get to, go home and sleep in their beds, and at the end of the day, they've got to be mentally and physically prepared, for a 3-day grind as well. So, putting the pieces together and putting the points and the strings of points together at the state tournament, allows for a little bit of progression, if you will, but allows for, a team to have a chance to be successful and win their first match heading into day 2.
I tell you, tonight, any thoughts on tonight's game, or any wrinkles that you want to reveal, or you just want to keep that a secret for Cleveland tonight?
Well, we've been watching a lot of film on Cleveland. They've been watching a lot of film on us, I'm sure. So, we're going to try to, look at tendencies and try
points, right?
to score more points. Yeah, no doubt.
Or 2 or 1,
Yeah, win by 2 or 100. I mean, it's a win. So, we're going to try to minimize the number of scoring opportunities for them, and try to be tougher at the service line and be better in serve receive. It's a battle of winning. It's a battle of winning the serve and serve receive first and foremost. And the pin hitters and the middles, that we both possess, are good athletes, and they're good at what they do. So, it's trying to limit those scoring opportunities. But I think if we can slow down the number of string of points that they can get, at any given time, and put together our own string of points, in 2 or 3, points during the course of any given set, that'll give us a little bit of separation and get us to point 25 first.
All right, Toby. Hey, thanks for coming on the Steve Davis Show, and good luck to you. And we'll be watching to see if that all comes true tonight.
Thanks, Steve. Thanks, ProView Networks. We appreciate your work, and we appreciate you everything you do for high school athletics.
All right, have a good night.